Tonight at 10, a former president making his way back to southeastern North Carolina. Donald Trump is set to rally in Wilmington in just a few days.
Gun violence across the city of Wilmington. Two of the shootings too close for comfort for many college students.
Definitely not something you'd expect on vacation.
A man is dead tonight after a shooting, but he didn't die from gunfire. He died trying to escape it.
WECT News on Fox Wilmington begins now with breaking news.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for watching tonight. I'm John Evans.
And I'm Daniela Hankey. Former President Donald Trump is bringing his 2024 campaign to Wilmington. The former president's campaign website says there will be a rally this Saturday evening at the Aero Center near Wilmington International Airport. Doors will open at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, with the former president scheduled to speak at 7.
This is the same location as when this video was taken, the former president's previous trip to Wilmington back in September of 2022, when Mr. Trump appeared in support of Ted Budd's campaign for U.S. Senate. We have details on requesting tickets for this Saturday's event inside this story on our website. And more breaking news at this hour. A school bus driver is facing sex crimes charges. A social media post from the Bladen County Sheriff's Office says David Denkins is in jail under a $1 million bond. Now, we reported last week the Sheriff's Office looked into an incident between a bus driver and a student. Since then, investigators heard from several parents whose children complained about the same driver. Denkins faces several charges that include 2 counts of felony, indecent liberties with a child, and sexual battery.
One man is without a home tonight after a fire broke out Sunday morning.
It happened around 9:30 on Stag Park Road in Burgaw, the second house on that road to catch fire in less than a month. The first one ended deadly. This one did not. WECT's Emma Dollenmayer spoke to the man who survived this latest fire. Now, Emma, he says things could have gotten much worse.
John, it could have been, and the man who lived in the house knows it. The house that went up in flames has been in DeAndre Jordan's family for decades. Now, all that's left is rubble, but Jordan is still standing. He says it's something he never thought would happen to him. DeAndre Jordan is picking up the pieces of his home after flames ripped through it on Sunday morning and destroyed everything.
And I looked at the window right there behind the washer and dryer, and I saw fire. We didn't have time to get anything.
It's something Jordan never thought would happen to him.
Stuff like this happens, I guess, to everybody or some people at some point in time, but I never thought it would be me.
Now, left with nothing, Jordan, who lives alone, is leaning on family. Family who rushed to his side in his time of tragedy.
He don't know what he's going to do, where he going, just don't know. I was heartbroken. And I said, now it's time for me to step up and go see what I can do.
Loretta Gore is the founder of Loretta Gore Ministries, a nonprofit that helps those in need during times like this. She's also Jordan's cousin. Jonathan Miller, who works for the nonprofit, says this is what it's all about.
When tragedy strikes, the immediate thought that comes to mind is we need to step into that space of love. What can we do to give the person in need support and love?
And it's different when it's family.
So that's why we're here for Dondre Jordan. That's my cousin. That's my family.
With the help of his cousin Loretta and her nonprofit, Jordan is staying strong.
I've still got to keep pushing. I mean, it's hard right now, but I think it'll get better. With the help of the good Lord, it's going to get better.
Everyone rejoicing that DeAndre is simply alive.
You can get another house,
Yep.
but you can't get another person. And I thank God for my cousin. I thank God for my cousin. He's alive.
You know, all that stuff don't mean anything compared to our lives, you know.
The cause of the fire is not known. That's under investigation. Emma Dollenmayer, WECT News.
Well, you're taking a live look right now as crews are working to repair a power outage in Wilmington. Crews are working to repair a disconnected wire. Part of Pine Hollow Drive off of South College Road is closed right now. Looks like it just opened back up right as we said that. While crews work to fix the wire, a foreman working in the area says the outage has nothing to do with an accident that was reported just a couple of miles down the road. Now, right now, more than 1,000 customers in the Myrtle Grove area are still without power at this hour. That's according to the Duke Energy Progress map you're seeing right there on your screen. Power is estimated to be restored between 10:30 and 11:45. We've reached out to officials for more information.
All right, time to take a look at your first alert forecast on what turned out to be the warmest day of 2024 so far in Wilmington. We reached a high of 89 degrees, so it fell just short of the 90-degree mark. We fell short of a record high by 3 degrees. That was 92 set back in 2006. And of course, now temperatures are falling back. It's nighttime. And you can see right now in Wilmington, we have clear skies back down to 69 degrees with a south-southwest wind at 9 miles per hour. And we do not expect temperatures to fall out of the 60s. In fact, most temperatures probably in the lower and middle 60s as you wake up tomorrow morning. 64 in Wilmington at 7 o'clock when you wake up. A 10 out of 10, a pleasant start, at least on that morning commute. Temperatures in the 70s by 9 a.m. It now does appear that maybe a slim chance for a few clouds and maybe a stray shower as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. I'll have more on that coming up in just a few moments.
We're continuing our coverage tonight on 3 shootings that happened within just 24 hours. One happened in the early Sunday morning at a downtown nightclub. The 2 others happened just minutes apart Sunday night and less than a mile from each other. Police responded to a pair of fast food restaurants along South College Road. One of the shootings happened at Seahawk Square Apartments. No one got hurt. As you can imagine, customers at the nearby cookout were shaken up when their windows suddenly shattered while they waited for their food in the drive-thru. That happened minutes after officers responded to the nearby Bojangles for a shots fired call there. They found a shell casing behind a dumpster in that parking lot. Investigators do not think they are connected. Now, while no one got hurt in those shootings, 2 people did get hurt in the shooting early Sunday morning at the Privada Club downtown. That's according to investigators. WCT's Zach Solon has the latest for us.
Shots fired. 20, north front.
2 people shot at a nightclub in downtown Wilmington Sunday. One victim is still in the hospital with serious injuries. The alleged gunman, Antonio Beatty, is in jail under a $750,000 bond.
I'm just so glad that it wasn't worse because it was a crowded establishment and there were many innocent bystanders there.
District Attorney Ben David says this is not Beatty's first run-in with the law. He was arrested in 2015 and charged with killing Carlton Whitley, but he did not stand trial until 2022.
It was almost 7 years from his original crime to the trial. And certainly the pandemic played a role, but so did having 4 separate attorneys.
He was found not guilty of murder and walked free that same day. It's a verdict that still sticks with David.
I said at the time that we are not sending him a letter of apology. We really believe that we had the right person on trial, and we also respect the process. That is, if a jury's returned a verdict after hearing everything, we're going to respect that, even if we respectfully disagree with the outcome.
Now, less than 2 years later, Beatty is back in custody, and prosecutors are hopeful this case will go to trial quickly.
We need to move these cases. We need to make sure that when they get into the criminal justice system, we find a way to try them early, because justice delayed is justice denied, and it's also the case that these cases don't get better with time. It's not like a fine wine.
And lead to a different outcome.
Now, the shooting has also sparked concerns about safety in downtown Wilmington, including from one city council member. You can find more details inside this story on foxwilmington.com. And it's not the first time a shooting sent people running for cover after bars closed in downtown Wilmington. If you remember, police arrested a 19-year-old for this shooting you're seeing right there last October near 2nd and Princess Streets. Bullets smashing through storefronts. Officers believed that shooting was gang-related.
One man died after a shooting at a hotel in Myrtle Beach, but he did not die from being shot. The coroner's office in Horry County says George Orellana tried to get away from the gunshots when he fell 6 stories from a hotel balcony. Police responded to the Hotel Blue just after 1 Sunday morning for a disturbance and found that someone had fired several shots from inside a room. They say the victim tried to leave that room by the balcony and fell while trying to climb down the side of the building. It scared others staying in the hotel at the time.
You know, you got kids in the room, their safety and whether or not it's a good place for them to be at the moment. But it seemed like it was, handled pretty quickly. The very next day it was cleaned up, I guess, but definitely not something you'd expect on vacation.
Police said this is still an active investigation. The owners of the hotel did not want to comment.
6 men were charged in connection to a sexual assault of a minor at a 2018 Halloween party in Carolina Beach. Tonight, we learned this man was denied an appeal. Brandon Walker was sentenced in 2022 for sexual exploitation of a minor. Walker's appeal was denied. He was one of the 6 people involved in an assault of a 14-year-old at a 2018 Halloween party. He was arrested after a 2.5-year-long investigation. He was the only one who pleaded not guilty. He will serve 6 to 12 years in prison and have to register as a sex offender for 30 years.
Another advisory for people living in Lake Waccamaw to boil their water. It's because of a construction project on Chauncey Town Road. The outages started about 3:30 this afternoon. We're told water should be running again by about 4 tomorrow morning. Once that water does come back on, customers should boil water for at least 1 minute. Town leaders issued similar advisories on March the 4th, the 21st, and the 26th. Good news for drivers in Wilmington who need to get their tags renewed. The Department of Motor Vehicles plans to reopen the license plate agency on Carr Avenue tomorrow. Now, that location closed in September when the contractor retired. It's meant long lines for people at the agency office on Carolina Beach Road, which happened to be one of only 2 locations open in the entire region. The Carr Avenue license plate agency will be open from 9 to 5 on weekdays, except state holidays starting tomorrow. One group is saying PFAS pollution violates human rights.
We're learning more about what's being done to protect North Carolina's water.